Hello, everybody. It is your professor, Rocco, your boy, coming at you once again with another Age of Sigmar video. In this AOS General class, we need to take a breath. All right. In with the good air, out with the bad. In with the good FAQs, out with the my army's ruined. With the new book. Listen, all right. Show me on the doll where this new Stormcast Battletome touched you. It touched me in my city's army, my Stormcast army, and my Deepkin army. 3 armies. It's not even out yet. We're all freaking out over previews and leaks and things. They're pretty confirmed now. So it's functionally out. We just don't have the books in our hands yet. I mean, my icon is even a little. Look at that. You can probably see my mouse going here. My icon is me. Actually, it's a Stormcast dressed up as me, going with a book. It's not even me. It's a Stormcast dressed in as Rocco, your boy. Actually, as the Lions of Sigmar, because I have a maroon shoulder. That's how much I love. They were my first army. All right, and this happens with every book and everything. You took 3 to 6 months. No shame. No shame. You took 3 to 6 months to build and paint all your stuff. They're primed. They're not even actually painted. Some of them aren't even primed. And that's all right. And this new book comes out and you're like, that's it. My army's ruined. Everything's over. Life is horrible. I'm going to go start a new army that doesn't have a new book because I know how to play them. Listen, the build that I was using to win a bunch of local tournaments back when I was in Delaware. Shout out the state of Delaware because no one ever does. That's the word of the day, Delaware. Um, that build's dead, and it's okay. It probably deserved to die. It was an Anvils of the Heldenhammer build that had, 9 long strikes, a couple of ballista, depending on the version I brought out. Then just enough foot troops to keep people busy. And then I had like 1 unit of evocators and Dracolions who actually kind of got better. Uh, because that's the thing of this tome is you either got better defensively or better offensively, and then whatever you didn't do kind of suffered. Like Sequitors, they lost their re-rolling hit rolls, and they lost their re-roll of saves. But now you can either exploding hits on 6s, or you can get a ward save, which everyone's going to take the ward save in combat because that was better than the re-rolling saves because you're not affected by rend. Anyway. And then everyone's freaking out about Fulminators, saying how good they are. And they got more killy. But here's the thing, I never used them for that. So in my Living City army, I use them because they got +1 to their save versus shooting, and their shields let them reroll once to save. In the FAQ for this new 3.0 world, they still got +1 to their save versus shooting, and then the shields let them ignore Rend 1. So they stayed on a 2-up save. And then, a nice little cheeky all-out defense, and we're save stacking. Throw on a Mystic Shield. They're just a 2-up save forever. Now they're not. Now they just got more damage. They kept the shooting attack because that was another fear of mine. And that ended up being irrational because that was another leak of another thing of a pamphlet of how to build a fulminator. And sometimes we're going to get so wound up from the anxiety of what could be, we don't enjoy what's actually happened. And, it's just going to take us some time to rebuild everything. I'm not a big enough YouTuber to have the book in my hand to say, hey guys, this is what's going on. I'm going off of leaks. I'm going off of the Man Reads book, the Gorilla Miniatures War Game. I'm going to link his stuff in the description just because Ash's channel is awesome. He's way bigger than us here. He'll never know I did this, but respect the dude for all the stuff he does. And he's the guy that goes around and reads the army books when they come out on pre-order day, so everyone else can have this freak out legally. Instead of it's like someone, leaks and throws an NDA in the fire and says, "All right, screw it. Here's the Stormcast book." So he allows us to have all of this information through how awesome his partnership is. I appreciate it. It gives someone like me the week of the panic attack. So when the book comes out, I'm like, okay, I know I am gonna go Hammers of Sigmar for the new 6-up ward save when I'm within 12 inches of an objective, probably wholly within. I also know from him that the Lord Castellan's ability went from being like within 9 inches or 10 inches, something stupider. Now it's like wholly within 18 to give one of my units +1 save. I'm already working on combos and how to salvage my army because it's still playable. Will it take out a tournament? To be fair, the last book at the end, unless you were spamming annihilators, you weren't taking out tournaments with Stormcast anyway. So, eh. And what are my initial between this and the Oracle Warclan stuff that we've seen, between the leaks, the videos, the people that got all the stuff early? That's not me. I like the stuff. I like the books. Overall, there seem to be 7 out of 8 usable sub factions in Stormcast. And in all honesty, the one that I'm thinking of that isn't gonna be like great was each phase give one of your units a reroll either to hit, to wound, or to save. And I'm like, didn't I pay 100 points for that in my Deepkin army to have that as an ability from an old battalion? And you know what? I paid 100 points for a worse version of that. So I'm gonna say 8 out of 8. They're all usable. It's not like it's just the Anvils of the Heldenhammer show from last time. And the current Anvils of the Heldenhammer is a damage reduction bonus. That's amazing. Ignore the first 2 wounds taken? Yes, please. Sure, you gotta pass a bravery check, but you know what? Your guys are just that scary because everyone is freaking out still from when you used to be known for shootcast. You've got a whole new freaking rule, dude, which is way better than the old just -1 to bravery. And no one re-rolls battle shocks anymore, so that's okay to lose. That's fine. And through this, we just slowly pick through all the new stuff and a lot of the strength for both armies, for Stormcast, because that's the army that I play and know, and the Orcs, who were always good. And now Cruel Boys seem good. They do. They're poisoned weapons through mortal wounds. They're gonna be the new Sentinels, but for destruction, and that's okay. Because more armies that do that, that'll force us to have to learn and adapt to this new world we're in. And then we'll come up with new strategies. The reason I had the Fulminators in my list before it was their defensive prowess and the fact that they could still kill someone if I rolled alright. I gained 8 attacks because I brought 4 of those dudes in a unit. And also, cool new rule, because the Dracoth riders, the Dracothian Guard, come in a box of 2. If you use one of them to be a Lord Celestin on Dracoth, which a lot of people did, you get to use 1 as a unit of 1. And they chose the best offensive profile in the Fulminator. That on the charge, you've got 5 damage 3 Ren 2 attacks. And the Dracoth. Even Games Workshop is like, yeah, this one's probably the one they're going to go with. So we're going to give you one of those just to chill. Hang out with your buddy. My dedication to all this paid off. you know. And then we've got the new dragons. We've got all the Cruel Boy monsters, that Meyerbroof Trogoff, the Slogoff, there's stuff in there I keep forgetting are monsters. There's a big crocodile looking dude that's just gonna eat people. There's so much to be excited about. The new mount traits are good from what we've seen. You know, it's all over the internet, and it's gonna be funny too, because then the next thing is okay. Now we've had 2 days to do all this. Everyone's gonna be playing with the new rules, getting new rules wrong, which will fuel a whole. When's the FAQ coming out? And that's funny because the book's not out yet. And then you're gonna see people online freak out saying that they want War Scroll Builder to be updated and all this other stuff. I'm like, the book's not even out. It's not supposed to be updated yet. Give the guys and gals working on this stuff. Actually, it's just one guy for War Scroll Builder named Tony P on Twitter. Good dude. It's just him. He doesn't have a team. Give him a chance to change and update all this stuff. I I know I'm calling for everyone to be crazily okay on the internet, but also I want you to know it is valid to feel all these ways because I know 3 of my armies got blown up by this new book. How about you? And with that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming to class. Like and subscribe. And as I like to say at the end of all my videos, class dismissed. And I hope you guys liked Rocco talking from the heart.